Who are the baseball players with high WAR but aren't considered superstars? Imagine a player quietly racking up impressive wins above replacement but never grabbing the spotlight. That's the puzzle we're exploring today. Using advanced baseball statistics, especially WAR, we can find players who made big contributions without becoming household names. WAR, or wins above replacement, sums up a player's total value by considering hitting, fielding, base running, and pitching. A high WAR means a player helped their team win more games than a typical replacement player would. But not all high WAR players are superstars. Some are steady, reliable, and highly valuable but lack the flashy stats or media attention that usually come with superstardom. Superstars are often players who win MVP awards, lead in home runs, or appear in a lot of all-star games. They're the faces of the sport. But WAR can tell a different story. It shows us players who contributed a lot to their teams over many seasons, even if they didn't always get the spotlight. These players might have been consistent across many facets of the game, but they didn't always have the big, eye-catching moments that make headlines. Take Bobby Grich, for example. He was a second baseman known for his defense and on-base skills. Over his career, he accumulated around 71 WAR, making him one of the best at his position. Yet he never won an MVP award and isn't in the Hall of Fame. His all-around game made him highly valuable, but he stayed under the radar compared to more famous players of his era. Similarly, Greg Nettles was a strong third baseman with a WAR over 68. He was a key part of championship teams but didn't lead the league in offensive categories. His defense and clutch hitting kept him valuable, but he wasn't a household name. Sal Bando, the leader of the Oakland Athletics during their dynasty in the 1970s, also fits this pattern. His WAR was over 61, and he was a steady, productive player. But he often played second fiddle to more flamboyant teammates. Ken Boyer, another third baseman, had a WAR over 62 and was an MVP and multiple-time All-Star. Still, his recognition faded over time, and he's not always remembered among the greats despite his stats. Even pitchers from earlier eras like Wes Ferrell and Bucky Walters had high WAR totals. They dominated during their time but aren't as well known outside baseball history circles. These players often provided consistent value through many seasons, but their lower media exposure kept them from superstardom. Why do these players stay in the shadows? Several reasons. Their positions often emphasize defense and consistency over flashy offense. They played in smaller markets or less glamorous teams, so they didn't get as much media attention. Missing out on big awards or playoff heroics also kept their names from becoming household words. Plus, some players build their value through years of steady performance rather than eye-popping seasons, making them less likely to be remembered as superstars. Using WAR helps us see the full picture. It highlights players who contributed a lot to their teams over time but didn't always get the fame. Recognizing these players gives us a richer understanding of baseball history. It reminds us that winning and value aren't always about headlines. Sometimes, the most important players are the ones quietly doing their job season after season, proving that you don't need to be a superstar to be truly valuable.